Hey, what is up guys? It's Jack here and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. So in this one, we're going to be doing something completely different. We are not doing a creative sandbox build. We are going to be doing a challenge mode. Now this challenge mode was actually suggested on my Discord. If you guys are not a part of that, please join. The link is in the description, or you can click it on the top right in the cards section. There you can post build suggestions, you can post pictures of your builds, you can interact with the community, and you can see me crashing out every once in a while because of someone in particular. But this was suggested on my Discord, and it was suggested by Fossil Hunter Gaming YT. I've done builds for them before, so thank you for the suggestion. And they said that they wanted a custom challenge mode, and the era was either going to be Jurassic Park or DFW. Now, I chose to do DFW because I haven't done a DFW style build in a while, and my most recent builds were mainly kind of Jurassic Park themed anyways. So I wanted to kind of branch away a little bit from Jurassic Park just for a few builds, because we're going to be doing a Lost World novelization style build in the future. But I'm choosing to do the DFW era on this flat temperate map. Now I wish this was more so the Pennsylvania one instead of the UK one, but we'll just work with this. Um I do wish it was the Pennsylvania one because I don't want the ocean there, but it's fine. It's fine. Now, this is purely on easy mode. Now, to make sure that we don't finish it with an instant 5 stars in this like first playthrough, I made one of the requirements to unlock all the dinosaur species. Now, that isn't particularly going to be our endpoint, right? This is going to be something that's probably going to be going on until Evolution 3 comes out. I wanted something that's going to constantly be there as a video series. And I think you guys are going to be happy to say that this video series is not going to be edited heavily like a lot of my other ones. This is going to be pure content that is going to be hours long. So you guys can already see how long this video is. It will be mostly uncut and it'll be amazing. Now, this kind of goes back to how I used to do things back in the day with all of my speed builds where I just put music over it and I just wasn't talking at all. But this I'm going to be actually talking, and this isn't going to be a speed build. It's going to be me actually messing up in real time somehow on easy mode with $20 million and easy mode. Yeah, I somehow I'm going to mess it up. But basically the goal is to make a ecological preserve for all of our dinosaurs. Now, I believe we're going to be calling this the Redwood Ecological Preserve. The rep. We're gonna call this the rep. But notice how we have redwood in the name, so we will have to be using our redwoods at least a few times within this build. Now, I will say this is semi-modded. Like, we have a few mods in here. We have our paths mod, we have our fences mod, we have free build, we have our better where is it? Better environments, right? So we have multiple rocks and all that stuff. And the nature is kept to this environment, but we also have a few other things like our foliage placements, like our scenery items, and it's again, it's not a lot. I didn't want to overflow it with like most of my main mods. There are no decorative like additions to this, right? You can see I'm going through them right now. There I have no boats, no buildings that are not usually in the game. So it's gonna be somewhat pure with a little hint of modded. So if you guys are here for an unmodded kind of, I guess, tutorial or whatever, I'm not doing that. This is just me playing challenge mode just to play challenge mode for you guys. So I hope you guys will enjoy this. Now, getting into this, I just wanted to say that Now, the reason we are doing an ecological preserve instead of a biological preserve is because we want to actually study the relationships of the dinosaurs with each other, as well as everything else that's in their environment. So, we want to focus on conservation rather than their own separate goals and agenda for these dinosaurs. So, it's more so on the conservation side. So, we're primarily going to be doing that. So, since we will be doing our DFW, we can take a look at our arrival point. Now, you guys know that I absolutely love making, what is it called? Operation areas. Now, I have a lot to work with here because, again, this map is huge. This is one of our default square levels, the temperate square level. Now, I usually like putting my operation centers when I'm barely starting off like this in like the corners of the map. But I think I will be doing something different. I don't really like how this map is with the placement of the cliffs on all sides of this. Well, on these two sides that are on this, and then the two sides going to the beach. Um, so I don't want to remove these guys, but I also don't want to fill them with forest. So I think what we will be doing is we will be starting with our redwoods. So again, it's the Redwood Ecological Preserve, so we want to start with, what the preserve is known for, rather other than the dinosaurs. Obviously, we want to, we obviously want our dinosaurs. But let's start off with our redwoods. Now, our redwoods are gonna go on for a while. We might actually have a shuttle at some point, but we don't unlock that for a few levels. So we're gonna spend around $2 million on trees to begin with, and then we're gonna place in our helipad. Now, this helipad is going to be our main arrival point, and we will be placing it somewhere just along this path. It doesn't really matter in the end because, again, this is our first building. We will work around it, right? Right. So this is where we will be placing the building. Let's turn off pause, and then let's actually make some changes that we need to now. Okay. So we're going to remove all of these trees right here. And then this is where our building is going to be. So I want to make a cliff. Let's make a cliff right here and bring it down a little bit. Notice I have some of the modded terrain tool menu items. This is another one of those mods that I have. Again, these mods are more mechanical mods rather than decorative or additions, right? Again, I that's what I wanted to with this. I didn't want to have to make this a little too different than my most recent videos. Okay, cool. So obviously down here we so obviously down here we would be wanting to make a river or of some sort. So we could honestly take this river, bring it all the way around town. You guys know where that's from. I applaud you. So for some reason, a lot of people don't know where that's from or that series in general, which is kind of crazy to me. Because I grew up on that. But yeah, if you guys know what SpongeBob is, you guys actually have seen SpongeBob. Congratulations, I guess. A lot of people haven't, which I find shocking, but crazy. All right. So we're just gonna stick with this river for right now. I have no idea if this is gonna change at all. Again, this is completely new. Um, we will be flattening the sides of our river. Now we're gonna have this little issue where the very ends are going to be a bit like lumpy. That's perfectly fine. We will be smoothing those out in a second. It just tends to do that for some reason. Okay. So right here, we will be just smoothing it out, right? Yes. Right, and then we're gonna want to remove it actually because I kind of forgot that's how this is done. So let's remove the river that we have. We're gonna replace it in a second But we have to do this because the terrain just likes to be a little butt, butt face. Likes to be a little butt face every once in a while. Okay, so let's actually do this all along here. Okay, we're gonna leave this as kind of like a canyon, but up until here, we will be actually adding this river back. You can see the way it went before, so let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, there we go, it ends there. Then we can bring this back around over here. Let's see how much we spent. We spent around 3 million already just on terrain fixes. So this is gonna be somewhat interesting. We have enough money. We have enough money. We're not going to go broke in the first 10 seconds because of this. Honestly, we shouldn't even be going broke at all unless something does really go wrong and somehow I can't make the money up. I don't see that happening because this is a very easy save. I should have actually copied the code so you guys can have it too if you guys wanted to actually do something with it. Okay, we're gonna bring this up to the edge. Same thing with this side. We're gonna bring this up to the edge because we don't want to have to worry about this border right here. So we're gonna put it up to there. This side, it can honestly just keep on going down here. Right, same thing with right here. Let's bring this up to the edge. Bring it all the way along this, all the way along this. Perfect. Let's remove these trees. Nice. Notice I have the music on in the background. I usually don't have the music on in my videos because I know at some point I would be changing it and making it that it's a speed build at some point. So in the background, if it's a speed build, you would just hear like the music but times 350%, you know? So we didn't want that to be too much of an issue. Now we are going to be putting our bigger trees, the forest behind these redwoods because we don't want to see just that open area that's just randomly there. Okay, and for right now, we're just gonna place these right here because we have no like general purpose for them right now. Okay, cool. Now we can kind of add a little bit of a rock, or not a rock, a little bit of a hill. We want to smooth out the ends, not particularly the middle. Okay. Now, honestly, we could have a dinosaur or two here, just in this water area. Now, we can easily do the Dimetrodons, but again, we don't actually have any of our dinosaurs made. And I am thinking of doing something a little bit radical here, where I'm not actually going to be making these dinosaurs. I want to stick with the process of just getting the dinosaurs from the wild, our wild expeditions, our wild capture teams, you know? So unlocking all the dinosaur species, I will still attempt to do that eventually. It's just I want to see how far I can get with just having dinosaurs that I didn't catch or that I didn't make. So, and uh, preserve, something that takes in the dinosaurs rather than makes them, because I feel like the only reason a conservation effort would be making more of a species is because they want to either curve the depopulation of them, or if they want to, well, yeah, curve the depopulation of them, and breeding them and all that stuff. So that's my thought process on that. So I don't think we should be making the dinosaurs. Alright, cool. Right. Now let's add some sand. Now this is the sand that I absolutely love. Although I was kind of getting upset with it when I was doing the rebirth build on this map. I um I was like, oh my god, wait, we don't have the right sand for this. This is kind of disgusting. Now it's actually nice. I like the sand. I like the rocky sand. I would have used this on the riverbed of that build. Um, I just absolutely love it. All right, let's go place some shrubbery in here. No, we're not gonna use alpine meadow. Temperate shrubs. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more. Okay, maybe something on the edge of this river. Note, we're gonna have to take a note that this is going to be costing us 1,000 per thing. And as Imoga would like to say, we're wasting $1,000 just on decorative pieces. And I would get immediate shit for that because that is a lot of money to be spending on just grass, which it is. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and place some smaller trees. Let's go with our redwood, not our redwoods, our I want to say they're oak trees. Let's take a look. They look like oak trees. Okay, we want smaller oak trees and not the orange ones. Mm, yeah, we can do some saplings here. A little bit too big. We just want to make this look a little bit vegetated, not like too sandy. Okay, cool. That'll work. And we have a dinosaur. Oh, no, we have a contract request. Okay. Obviously, we're going to want to increase our park rating because we don't actually have any dinosaurs, and that one honestly will be the easiest to do because all we have to do is probably get two different types of species of dinosaurs. Now, if we can't make them, or if we can't capture them, we will just go ahead and make them. Completely 360 on my like suggestion or my idea, but it's totally fine. Okay. On this end of the river, let's actually just bring the sand all the way through. Now, this center island part or the center, is it considered? Well, it's just a thing between two rivers, right? The center part is going to be an enclosure at some point, so we are kind of thinking about that right now as well as we're making this. Okay, boom, we have that going. Now we want to take some rocks. I am assuming we want to do these rocks. Okay. And the reason why I made sure to add the those two mods for the paths and the fences is because, well, if I want to make an enclosure like this where we have natural like borders, because there's no way a Dimetrodon is going to be climbing this, right? So realistically, this should be counting as a border, and unfortunately, it doesn't in this game because they will just walk up it. Um, so this is just that mod. The fences one is so we can add the invisible walls, so they can't actually go through this. Okay, cool. We have our river going on here now. Let's do a little bit more patches with our grass being kind of exposed in the center. Let's remove the center of this river and put sand because I don't like how the grass looks, and I think you guys can agree with me on that one. The grass in the center of the river does not really make any sense unless it's seagrass or something, or just something that the river provides. But okay, all right, nice. All right, we want to add a viewing path back here. I know that there's a viewing path that we can add somewhere. Unless that's different kind of path. I don't. Let's just stick with this one. Light lined trail. Yeah, let's do light line trail. Okay, let's turn overcrowding off. Cool. And we just want to have this back here just for, so they can actually go and see the Dimetrodons and walk and actually see them here. Okay. Now let's add our. Do we want to go with our classic paths or do we want to go with our. Let's go with our classic facility path. We do want to make this seem like more like a facility as well. Okay. Okay, so we will be having this path be our main one into the park. Now, I want to make sure that we can actually add dinosaurs here. Now, I don't think we can add any species to this park yet until we make a viewing gallery. So I'm going to test that. And put a viewing gallery here. Okay. Let's take our fencing. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, let's take our fencing and then let's follow this path a little bit. Okay. And then we can take this all the way along the river. All right. And we can figure out how we want to go from here. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to use the red gates because I actually love how they look. I remember us having, I think, red gates in our Evolution 1 game, and then they just chose never to actually add them back for some reason. Okay, so over here we will be adding our area for our vehicles. So let's add in our response facility. Okay. And then on this side, we can do our expeditions center and all that stuff and all that jazz, right? So we can put this one right here. Okay, we need a control center. Wait, was that the? No, that was the expedition center. Okay. That was our control center. So we can put our control center somewhere close as well. Honestly, let's take up some space rather than leaving too much like open, right? Okay, and so if this is a research center, let's add another one just back here randomly. Take up the woods. Okay. So with this being said over here, right, we have our different little facility buildings. We can actually connect them now with our classic standard path, just so we can add a little bit of variation in our park or in our preserve. Okay. Attach that one here. Attach that one here. And then let's just bring this one right here as well. Like so. Okay. And then we want to take another path, bring it along here, connect it there. And let's go ahead and grab our light lined path again. And then let's just connect it to our main pathway. Okay. Now I think I want to add some sand underneath our pathway because I honestly like the rocky texture of this more than the dirt. So let's go ahead and add that. All right. We can go ahead and do that for all of our pathways because it kind of just makes a little bit of sense. Right? And for our fences as well. Let's keep on going with this. We have gone through 5 million so far. And honestly, that's not that bad. It could be so much more worse, but you know, we are okay. Okay, we are coming up to here with our paths. So far, this is looking cool. Giving me the vibes that I had when I started working on our Jurassic Park Europe build. If you guys haven't checked that out, you guys should go check that out. It's on my channel. It's one of my most recent streamed series. Every once in a while, I will stream a series because I just feel like certain builds should take a bit longer to actually make. And well, I'd rather have some feedback from you guys as I'm building the build, because that actually is, you know, I learned that you guys are very good when it comes to details, and I'm happy that I did the Jurassic World remake for this year, the 2025 one. I'm happy that I did that one live, which I'm going to be doing another Jurassic World remake when Evolution 3 comes out. So if you guys are not subscribed, and if you guys are interested in that, please subscribe. You'll see that. You guys will get notified. You guys click on the bell as well. And it'll be a great time for all of us. Okay, I want to add a few random little nodes of trees in here. Just a few, just random. Trees. Trees. That's what they are, trees. Okay. Then let's take our fence as well. And I guess we will be taking this all the way through here. Now, we got to do something there. Okay. So we want to bring this water into our enclosure area. Okay. We want to make sure our slope is selected all the way up. And we want to make sure that this goes all the way through here. So, alright, I know we just placed some trees and stuff down, but we're gonna have to remove some of them just because of this cliff line. So we want to just go through this with our remove tool and just remove all the foliage on the sides of this riverbank. So, and then what we want to do here is we want to just bring down this entire enclosure just a little bit for this. Notice that we're going to have that issue with our river again. I do want to say up here though, this part, I want to bring this out all the way to our river. Same thing with right here. Bring this all the way out. Make sure that this isn't sloped. And then I want to bring this out all the way right here as well. And kind of create like a solid point for this to enter that they can't get around. All right. And then all throughout here, we have it sloped up. Right. So maybe we can have like a cliff here. Right. So like right on this side, we can just do some of this. I do want to get rid of the river before we continue actually. Okay. And then I want to do that. This, I'm okay with this being kind of sloped. Okay, I want to slope this down all the way until we get to there. Same thing with this. Having it sloped all the way kind of just gives it a little bit more of a nicer look, so it just doesn't look so rigid. I believe that that's important. Okay, then we want to add the river back. Okay. Let's turn the radius down a little bit, and then we can work with this. Okay. All right. Then we can take our redwoods, bring them up to this tree line over here. Okay, block this off with our tree line as well. Okay, then we want to take our sandy dirt. We're going to call that now. That's what we're going to call it. All right, we want to take it to our riverbed, right? Okay, let's make sure that we have it all the way through to here. Let's honestly bring this up to the viewing gallery as well. All right, we can bring that up here and we can bring that up here. Then we can mix in the dirt. Okay. And then now we can do the cliff. Okay. So this cliff is going to be right here and alongside here. Okay. Then we want to do this side. And we just pretty much extend the cliff that we already had over to here. Nice. Do it on this and on this and on this. And then we want to take some of our sand and just kind of bring it all the way up through here. All right. Now let's add some rocks. So this is temperate, so let's add in some of our temperate rocks. Just a few, just to make it like spruce up the place. Honestly, let's connect a lot of these to the trees. Make it look like the trees kind of have roots going into the rocks. Okay. Then we want to continue this up the river. All right. Then let's actually make this go all the way over here. Nice. Okay. That is great. They can't get out through there now. And let's take our fence, bring you to this end right there. Same thing with this one, bring it to that end right there. Okay. And then for now, we're just going to connect it through that. Now it's a little bit of a dip, but it's going to be okay. Uh, yeah, it's going to be okay. And we have the rock there, so it kind of actually looks like the stone is going through the rock, which is nice. Only thing I have to say is a few of these rocks kind of probably need to disappear like so. And we have our little entrance for our river. Okay. That is nice. Now let's go and take some sand. Bring it up to here. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Bring you up to there. Yeah. And let's take our sand, bring it up to where it looks weird. Okay. All right. Now let's add a generator. We will be adding one Honestly, let's just add one right here. And let's just add one back here. Okay. Then let's get our path going. Again, we said we were going to be using our standard path, our classic standard path. Okay. Connect it there. Let's take our classic facility path and have it just keep going. Now let's fix the little weird indent we have going on here. That is weird actually. Hold on. Okay, nice. Let's fix this. This and this. All right, cool. Now we're gonna want to get some scientists. So let's hire some scientists. We want to go for someone for welfare because these dinosaurs might not be in the best shape. So 6 out of 10. Ooh, okay. So let's see if there's another welfare person or someone that has a decently high level of welfare. 2 out of 4, 2 out of 3, 1. Okay, so you are probably our best option. Only issue is you cost 10,000 per minute. Now, again, we don't have an issue at the moment, so it's probably okay to add them. Later on, as they get upgraded, they might go up to like, I want to say like almost 40K a minute, which is quite a bit. That will be a lot. Okay. Next thing we want to do is we don't need incubation, so let's skip on the incubation. A genetic specialist, also, that's a very good one to have because genetics, we need them, and they're only half of what that other person cost. Okay, same with this one, 4 out of 10. Let's get this one, and then let's look for a logistics specialist. Now you cost 7.5. Is okay, and you have decent grades. Okay. So those are our scientists. Now this is when we actually start losing money because we have scientists, our park is semi-open, and that means we actually have to start making some attractions and some infrastructure. All right, so let's go ahead and make a staff center first so we don't forget about that because that seems to be something I always tend to forget about. Staff centers. And then all of my scientists are just buggy and annoying and are complaining, but they're all in the right position there because I kind of screwed up and messed up and, forgot that our scientists have needs, especially if they're volunteers and interns, you know. Okay, let's bring this all the way through as well over here. All right, maybe we just want to add like a hill or something here as well. We don't know what we're going to add. Yeah, let's not put this yet. We're going to have to add hotels and stuff. So we're going to want to do it here. I think that's going to be our next staging area. But for like right here, we can definitely make this kind of like a hill. Okay. Nice. Now, do we have any loose dinosaurs? No, we do not. Okay, we could research some. Yeah, I think our easiest options here are our Nasutoceratops and our Struthiomimus. Now, again, we won't be trying to make these right off the bat. If we have some issues that we need to make them, then we should start making dinosaurs, but we're gonna try to not prioritize making them immediately, if that makes any sense. Okay. Now I want to add a row of our staff centers back here. Okay. Right, so bring the dirt trail over there. And then bring this one over here. We have that connected now. Okay. Move this out a bit. Nice. And now we have our staff center just back here. Let's make our trail underneath that, our sand again. Oh, I see the path. Hold on. I'm like, I don't know where this path is. It's right there. Okay, that's fine. And remove this. Put in some different vegetation on the ground here. I feel like that's what it's missing over here. It looks a little bit too bland. Yeah, I was thinking about this. I'm like, how are we going to have this be a redwood? Like, it's going to have the redwood in the name, but we don't have any redwoods. Because I was looking at the biome and it just didn't really make sense to me. But then I'm like, you know what? Let's just make this have an entrance that's primarily redwoods, you know? Okay, we have our little bit of a path going to our gate there. Ooh, urgent message. Dinosaur spotted. Motherboard near Amsterdam. 6 of them. Okay, let's go on a live expedition. Get this guy. We need to send in our welfare specialist as well. And they're going to be returning from Amsterdam within the minute. So far, it's looking kind of good. Now I'm going to be adding a carnivore feeder. I want to make this on the shore somewhere. Add it right here. Okay, we have our Metabosaurus. We have 5 of them. That's good. Mix of them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and make our paleo medical facility just in case we forget about it later on. It's important that we do this because, again, sick dinosaurs aren't really the best things when you are losing money. Right? Let's also take a look at our visibility on these guys. Now, we don't have a lot of visibility. We're going to have to make a viewing platform. Fortunately, we can unlock that with 0.5 stars, which we should be getting pretty soon. Okay, yes, I know. We have no money. Or we haven't been making any money. Okay. Okay. We have you guys. Now, you guys like ground fiber. Now, fortunately, you guys have the forest that you guys need. Okay. Let's add in some ground fiber all along this whole area. Make it, livable for them so they can eat it. Okay. All right. Let's go into our special menu and get our redwood trees as well. I will be saying that it is... Are they named redwood or are they called like something different, like these pine trees? Um, Giant red cedar. Very good. Okay, and then let's just place these all the way around this because the spacing of our redwoods here is very, like, it's very open. So let's go ahead and place a whole bunch of redwood trees just randomly. Okay, then let's do the same here. I don't really like the redwood trees that close to the viewing stand, or not the viewing stand, the helipad. Here we go more. Helophysis. Go ahead and get those. I will be removing these two that are right here. Okay. See what these guys are. What is your relationship with scavengers? You guys don't have any particular issues with them, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we have we have captured our... Okay, so we have captured our Coelophysis. Alright, we have 4 of them. Might be a little bit of an issue, I think. I think they might want a little bit more than 4. Go ahead and place these guys down right here. I think we're gonna have an issue with these guys. I also wanted to change some of our settings. I wanted to change the environment. I can't change the time duration. That's kind of messed up. Okay. There you are. You're gonna want more than 4. What's your minimal population? Okay, we also want to make a ranger post. I kind of forgot about that. Set up a ranger post. Let's set up a medic van thing. What do you mean they can't reach them? We can lose some money. It's okay. All right. Let's bring this all over here. Attach it to that. Perfect. Let's bring this over. Okay. All right. Oh, some more. That's perfect because this is especially what we needed. So let's get these guys. I love how it's like a minute no matter what continent they're on. It's always a minute. Okay. Okay, now they're back. All right. 7 out of 7. That's great. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go. Got a couple of these guys, so we should be going good on our park rating. We also need to be unlocking a few more things, but we need to actually press this guy down and this one as well. Let's look for another person that has logistics. Okay. We have our specialist. Hit that one. Do we want a motivated person? Let's hold off on another one. Faster expeditions, that might be fun. I don't know if the faster expeditions actually work on the what do you call them? Capture teams? Capture expedition things? We'll see. Okay, we have 2 more though that we just got, or just one more? One more? One more. Okay, let's do some work with our actions. So we're gonna unlock you. Okay, and then we have our hotel. So let's actually start making this over here. We're gonna make this immediately across from this, right? So let's go ahead and honestly, I kind of want to make this looking like a campsite. So let's go ahead and make this like a campsite. So we're gonna take a dirt path and take them all the way back here. All right. And then so we want a small hotel. Oh. Or you can find a Ceratosaurus. It's only one of them though. Here, we're gonna wait for the 6 minutes for this. Let's actually turn down our timer. I want to make this area first, if we can get this done before we actually get our guy. Okay, we want to bring this all the way down here. Then we want to take our hotel and we want to put them kind of behind here. Okay, that's one. And let's put it on this side. This is two. Okay, now we can connect them to our path. Okay. Then we can also take a restroom, I think, and put it right here. Actually, let's wait on the restroom for a second. And let's actually make this real quick with the standard path. So we know where we're just placing all of our stuff at, because that's gonna bother me that this is uneven. So let's take this off, replace this, and put this one there. Okay. Then we're gonna want to move you. Put you here. Same thing with you. Okay. Let's take a loud generator and put them next to the pathway, next to the hotels. All right. Then let's go out and put a restroom down right here. Okay. We have a restroom there now. Actually, hold on. Which side should we do it on? I think we should do it on this side. Okay. I think right here we should put this one. And then right here we should put this one. No, that's uneven again. That looks kind of really weird, and I don't like that. Okay. For some reason, this game doesn't want to organize things correctly.
We wrangle dinosaurs daily. How tough could that mission have been? Really?
Okay. Then we could honestly take this pathway and bring it into there. And we kind of don't want to take this one out too much. Because we will be making our kind of shelter area right here. And then we're going to be putting our food on this side. Now, our food is going to be Jurassic. So let's take that. Let's divide it. Okay. Take our food place, put it in the middle. Take our drink place. Put it right here as well. And let's take our gift shop. And put it right here as well. Okay. Next thing we're going to want to do is in front of every shop, we're going to connect this to our main pathway. Okay. And then right here and right here, we are going to curve this. So it gets to right here. Okay. Then right here, let's take our shelters. Put them on this side. And on this side. And then connect it where these two ends meet. We can also put this here if we want to. Okay, this one connect to there. Okay, connect this right here. But bring it in right there. Okay, so we have all of this going now. Then we can take our restroom again. And we can put you right here. Now let's make sure that this restroom is centered. Okay. And boom, we kind of have like a little recreation area. Okay, obviously we need to decorate this a little bit more. Let's take a look to see the restroom. Okay, so you're having an issue with the restroom. Okay, so we can just put one right here. We need to actually make a power station.
This is how I see this going down. I tell you about this objective, then you complete it. Which
Well,
means
let's do
that
this
as
one.
of this moment, my part is done.
Oh, we have no power in this side of the park. Okay. Okay. Let's make this real quick. Right, you can't get through this for some reason. Is it because of our trees? I don't think it's because of the trees. I think it's because you're just broken. But why though? No, it can't be because of the tree. It has to be because of that weird bug, right?
Able to get to the asset.
Yeah, it's that weird bug with the station. I don't like that. I don't understand why that's even a thing. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's that though. Okay. So we want to make this all a dirt path through here. Okay, this right here, this can stay as concrete. Hmm. Yeah. Some dry sores. Sure. I don't think. No, we can. I'm just over here messing with this one node of everything. Okay, we want to connect this and bring you back down here. Okay. Now we want to add some decorations for this area right here. Let's go with some planters. Let's move this one in a little bit more. Bring it closer. All right.
See it? Sometimes I have to bend the rules to get anything done around here. But you seem to be able to work within the system. Take this latest objective. You nailed it. Didn't even have to requisition a hammer. Hammer.
All right, we got 5 out of 6. That's good. Let's bring them in and make this one enclosure bigger. Go ahead and remove this side of the pathway for this. We're not going to be needing it here. Okay, let's also take some trees and put them all along here. Right, we do not have the pine trees on this one. So we're going to want to use our other menu for the pine trees. Or the redwood trees. Can we add some shrubbery in here? Yep. Let's add some decorative fencing. Okay, and that's hidden behind the trees over here, so that's okay. Next thing we want to do is make our power station. Now, this is going to be an area that has to be kind of out of the way a little bit. We can do it over here. Okay, so we have power for there. Okay. Skip on you because you broke on me. Go. So this is one of the power pylons. Okay, then we could have another one just in between here. And then we could just use another one. Right here, right? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So we just have to connect it through here. Okay. Now let's get this pylon connected over here. Delete this one. And reconnect that one. We can delete this one as well. We just didn't know where we wanted to put this one at. I kind of forgot about this power station that I had right here, so that's okay. Okay. And we're kind of avoiding the main pathway from reaching pylons and pylons and pylons, so that's good. Okay. Then we want to take our fencing and put them over here until we get our medium amenities. Then we're going to want to move this line back a bit. Okay. Now we're going to want to add a fountain. Honestly, we can just make a big fountain like this one, put it right here.
Meet the dinosaurs as best I can.
Next
Sickness is a reality. Treatment is a necessity.
I have a feeling that's because we haven't fed the other ones the correct food. The dry, yeah, they are the ones. Okay. Well, let's take you and stick you on here. Yeah, that's if you can get to it, but you can't get to it, then that's an issue on you, not on the other team. Okay, so you're missing ground leaf. Okay. There we go. We got our ground leaf and we got our ground fiber, so we should be good with them. Kraken poison. Yeah, okay, cool. And then let's do this. Kind of forgot that we actually did this a while ago. Okay, let's place down our fountain again. Directly in the center. Then let's take our classic path, wrap it around. I don't think we should add anything right there. I think we're good with just this. Hey, Corey. You would get mad at me if I don't go for the Corey. So let's go for the Corey. All right. Take some decorations now. Actually, let's we have to wait for them to come back with our dinosaur. Go here. Place this down. Go on this side. Place this down. Connect this here and here. Then on this side, let's do the same thing. Okay. And then let's place you guys in here. I think these are going to be the final dinosaurs in this one enclosure. We're going to try to research more paths. That's not amenities. That is, I guess, comfort. Wider paths. Let's do that. Okay. Then all right here. We can do those. These guys are just walking in circles right here. That's actually kind of funny. Okay. Take our wide paths and start filling in these blanks over here. Okay. Press H. Let's get our cedar trees. Okay, let's fill in these blanks with these trees now. We have another dinosaur? Oh no, marketing tour. I'm okay with not doing anything with you. Do I need more of you guys? I don't really need more of you guys. Oh, wait. Let's do that here. And then we do those two there. Then we can take these smaller chairs and put them all right here. Okay. Now, I don't think we have signage for these. Yeah. That's fine. All right, let's add some planters though. All right, nice. Cool. I want to unlock our Dimetrodons and put them here. I feel like they would be great here. We do have to unlock our, what's it called? Invisible walls though. But I think that is going to be it for this one. All right, guys. So that is going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this last little hour and a half of, nonstop content. Just chill. This was really chill. We actually did decent, decently good job here. Which is nice. But yeah. Anyways, guys, if you guys haven't left a like, please leave a like. It helps a lot. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Free. You guys can do it. Make sure you hit the bell if you guys want to get any notifications. And if you guys aren't a part of the Discord, please join. It is in the link in the description and it's in the top right in the card section. You guys can talk with us. You guys can post your build suggestions. Obviously, I get to them eventually. I still have some that are backed up because honestly, a build takes a little bit of time for me to do because I want to put as much effort in as possible into it and make it look absolutely amazing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.